We're now recording. Alright, so hi there. If you're just tuning into the VOD, thanks for watching. My name is Rakalakalili, and this is the 4th video in a series of lessons I'm doing. Users have submitted replays to me, and I'm just going through the replay. I'm commenting on things they're doing well, things they can work on, just trying to help out some people. This replay we're going to see Jurily play Annie. And one thing you're going to notice right away is that the team comp is weird. You see there's no smite in the game. There's no jungle. Probably. That's because this is a lower level game. This is a level 18 summoner. So this is a much lower level game. This is someone's, I don't know, maybe 100th game? Maybe less. So this is definitely going to be a lower level game. I'm going to try to really focus on the basics and the mechanics of things. Yep. So the first thing that I see is that you're running heal flash on Annie. I really like flash on Annie. If you get like your stun up and you flash Tibber someone, you can like pretty much instantly kill them. And so flash is really strong because it gives your initiate and your engage range really far with like a flash stun. And is always useful for saving yourself also. So I like the flash, but I don't know how I feel about the heal. It's really nice to have ignite on Annie because anytime you're, and I kind of talked about this in the first lesson, anytime you're playing a burst mage, your whole job on a team is to instantly blow up someone. And when you have an ignite with you, it makes that job a lot easier. Alright, so in a typical low-level game, the people will go to the lane and just like exchange damage and fight at level 1 for no reason. So one thing you'll see early is you get up in the ranks and you get a higher summoner level. People are not going to do this. There's no reason to fight for no reason. So, well, okay. That was kind of dumb to say. There's no reason to fight for no reason, but so one thing that's very important is getting last hits for the money. All these last hits, they should be yours. So right there, instead of queuing that Tryndamere, you could have queued the minion and gotten the last hit. You're doing a good job of throwing in like right clicks to harass, which is good. But don't forget about minions. Like that minion just died, and you could have easily gotten that one. Okay. So here's another thing I'm going to say. If you're going to use Summoner Heal, the best, you want to save it. You want to use Summoner Heal to bait the enemy into thinking they can kill you, and then you use Summoner Heal at the last second. So don't use it just to heal up because you guys are low. Like, stay low, like around 200 HP, bait that Tryndamere into spinning right on top of you, and then you use the heal. And then he's like, oh crap, I thought I could kill her, but now she's like almost full HP. So don't use Summoner Heal early, use it to bait. So I'm going to pull up the scoreboard here. You have 4 creep score. Creep score is everything in League of Legends because with gold you get items. And items, in League of Legends, items make you really, really strong. Like really strong. Stronger than leveling up. Items are the way to win games. And how you get gold is you hit minions at the very last hit. And the other thing to keep in mind is that minions are worth a lot of gold, like on average around 20 gold. So like 15 minion kills is worth just as much as a kill. Very nice kill on that Ahri. So Ahri got pretty low health and wandered just a little too close to you with your stun up, so you did a good job killing her. I just realized you started with a Doran's ring and a potion. So that means 2 things. Either you're in the support tree for your masteries, or this is from a very long time ago. But I'm going to assume that it's because you're in the support tree for your masteries, which is probably fine. Since you're level 18, you haven't opened up like all of the mastery trees, but one thing to try is try going all on the offense. Actually, wait, you said like shit, wrong masteries. which is fine. so you probably meant to go in offense for the ability power stuff, which is good. Alright, here's another thing I'm going to say. You just left base with 765 gold. You should use some of that. Like the fact that you killed Ari now doesn't matter as much because you didn't use any of that gold that you got for killing her. You could appreciate, or sorry, I was reading what you said. You could have got another Doran's, give you a little more magic regen, health, and ability power. I mean, what else do you need on Annie, right? Or you could have gotten boots, so you can move a little faster. You had a lot of choices. Instead of, you're probably like saving up for like a blasting wand or a nuclear rod, or maybe you just forgot to buy. But you always want to buy. Like right there, if you had a Doran's ring or even boots, you would have lived. So not buying there killed you. I mean, it was also a misplay. Like you could have survived with the items you had. You're just too aggressive in a 1v2 when your lane partner's not there. You have to be careful, and you're too aggressive, and you got taken out because it was a 2v1. So you got to watch that. So that's fine. You can stop to build up your stun. Since all your mana regen is only in one Doran's, you don't have a lot of mana regen, so you might not want to use too much mana to build up your stun. But and like that right there, that was a minion you could have gotten with your Q, just walking up. I don't know if that was a misclick, but try to, with Annie's Q, it refunds the mana if you get the last hit on a minion, so you always want to do that. Oh, LeBlanc's ganking. Oh man, LeBlanc missed her chains, but she's going to flash in for the kill. Alright. So in IRC, I was talking about jungle routes. Starting Wraiths I don't think is bad. Like, I used to do it a long time ago with Warwick, and I thought it was fine. You start Wraiths, then go Wolves, then Blue, then Wraiths or respawn, so you just go back to Wraiths. I don't really do it on any of my jungles anymore, but yeah, it's a popular route on Maokai right now. But yeah, so, and this is one of the biggest reasons you can tell this is a lower level game, is you guys just cleared like 2 waves, and I don't think either of you got any of the last hits. But you definitely want to avoid, like you always want to get all of those last hits. It's one of those things where, like, you should get mad at yourself every time you miss a last hit. Like, if this minion here dies without you getting it, you should be mad at yourself for missing that. There you go. Okay, so that was a better heal. That was a much better heal. You baited that Tryndamere with the heal, and that's what I was talking about. So nice job there. That was much better. And so you'll see that you're out of mana, and this is where a second Doran's could be helpful. You'd get a little more mana regen. Oh man, Lee Sin's going crazy with low HP. Yeah, that Ari's just gonna kill him. Alright, so there, you reacted pretty slow to that play. Ari jumped on your lane partner, Lee Sin, and you're very slow to react to that. If you were a little faster with punishing her with some spells, you might have been able to scare her off and possibly save Lee Sin, but that's okay.
An enemy has been slain.
Ghost Caitlyn is so fast. So yeah, in general when I'm doing these lessons, I'm not really going to pay attention to the other lanes very much because I'm focused on helping Jurily here, and so I don't really care about the other lanes. Okay, so the opponents just took your tower, which is okay. So this is what happens in like lower level games. It's much easier to take a tower because you don't have a jungle. So let me talk a little bit about junglers and why they're important in the game, and why you should always have a jungler on your team. So one thing to notice is there are all of these minion camps in your jungle that have not been killed for the whole game. This is just gold and experience just sitting there going to waste. So the number one reason why you want to have a jungle on your team is because if you don't, there's all this gold and experience going to waste. So having a jungle, make sure that you're getting the maximum amount of gold and XP possible in a game. The second reason is that you lost this turret because you both had to go back and heal, which means that it was just two people hitting the turret, and so you lost the turret. Okay, good Annie, good Tibbers coming out to pick up the RA kill. But, so you lost that turret because you both had to go back, and if you had a jungler on your team who's clearing these camps, he could have wandered up to top lane and held that turret for you, no problem. But you missed, but since you didn't have a jungler, you lost that turret. So, another thing that's happening is they're pushing in mid really hard right now. So what you guys could do, it's a good decision to just push this turret down. Instead of wasting time traveling down here, which you didn't need to do because the block held mid, you just stay top and push the turret, and that's fine. That's a pretty good play. So another thing I want to say is it's 12 minutes and you don't have any boots yet. Boots are very, very important. So I would definitely grab some boots. You need them. I'd grab boots before you're blasting on. Maybe go like 2 Dorans. Then maybe I would like probably start boots instead of a Doran's. Start boots and 3 health potions. Then get 2 Dorans. And then get level to boots 2. And I would not go boots and mobility. I think you should go sorcerer's shoes. As Annie, your job is to just blow people up. That's your job. You pick like Caitlyn on their team. They're high damage squishy target, and you just instantly kill her. And mobility boots will help you roam and maybe assist your team more getting around. But sorcerer's shoes are going to help you do your one job and to blow up squishies. So 20 magic penetration is really big actually. It'll increase your damage by a lot. Like if you look at the MR of people in this game, like up here, let's look at Kate. Okay, gotta unlock the camera. Oh no, I lost vision on Kate. Sad day. Well, she'll probably come up here to the creep wave. But I mean, we can look on your team. Fizz has 39 magic resist. You would cut their magic resist in half by sorcerer's shoes. Okay, Kate has 30 magic resist. You would drop her only down to 10 magic resist with sorcerer's shoes. That would increase your damage by a lot. Yeah, Tryndamere, you'd be cutting his magic resist in half. And you could have these shoes right now. Okay, good Tibbers. That was good. You got the Tibbers and the stun on 2 people. That's a really good job. That's a really good use of your AoE stunning ability. That flash, I think, was completely unnecessary, but that's okay. You didn't end up catching the Scion, but that's fine. This Caitlyn is definitely dead. So one thing on Annie you can use, don't forget that you can control your bear by holding Alt and right-clicking. So you could use your bear, it's nice to face check, like instead of having Lee Sin running first into that brush and getting instantly blown up by Ari and Brand, you could have had Tibbers running in front of you, and Tibbers could have gone into that brush first, granting you sight so that you guys could hit them from range without Lee Sin having to face check. So, you don't want to be letting Tryndamere free farm up here. Tryndamere is very scary with items, which you've probably played against a Tryndamere who gets like full items and goes crazy and like 5v1s your whole team. So you don't want to let him just sit up here pushing all day. You probably want to try to stay in this lane and keep him away from minions and stuff, so that's something to keep in mind whenever you're playing against a Tryndamere. The other team has to do the same thing with Nasus. You don't want to let an Nasus farm up and get really fed, so... So another way you can tell this is a lower level game is if you just look at the creep score in general. Okay, nice. Good stun Tibbers on 3 people. That's a really good way to initiate a fight. That was really good. If you can land a stun Tibbers on 3 people, that's just like you're guaranteed to win that fight. So nice job. Very nice job. They were really pushed up as 3 way up here, which is a big mistake by them, because you had 5 people at this turret, and you just like fought 3v5 and crushed them. So that's one thing to remember. Anytime you're pushing up, you always want to like be as 5 if you're this pushed up into the base, because what just happened is 5 people just crushed them. Or you can do what's called split pushing. So if you want to push as 3 middle, then you're going to need to have a lot of pressure on top and bottom, which they didn't have at that point. Like Ari was pushing but was back here, and Tryndamere was up here pushing. So you could send all 5 mid without the threat of losing top and bottom. And you did end up losing bottom, but I think you could have gotten there if you're a little faster to react. If you guys had transitioned right after killing mid turret, going bottom right away, I think you could have stopped that. But that's okay. But that was a great way to initiate that fight with that stun Tibbers. So right now, like, you going bottom was fine. That was a good decision because someone has to stop this Ahri. But Fizz going bottom was a poor decision. Fizz should be headed mid right now because you see they have 3 mid again. And then we shouldn't have 2 people in the enemy jungle. This is a mistake also. Like, they're putting pressure on mid lane right now, and we have people in the enemy jungle for no reason. You're gonna end up probably losing this turret. Yeah, you ended up losing this turret when you really didn't have to. And that was a mistake what Lee Sin just did. Going right around here is bad. This is very dangerous. But he somehow lived, so that's okay. Oh man, I wish I could see health bars going on over here. You gotta look over here. But that's okay. Okay, now you're looking. There we go. I got health bars. Now this is gonna go crazy. Kill this brand. So your team's doing a good job of cleaning up. It's hard to commentate on this game because it's a lower level game, and pretty much what happens in lower level games is you guys just run around and do whatever you feel like, and that's fine. But so far with your play, the biggest thing I can tell you with your play, Jurily, is you need the last hit. You need the last hit better. Right now, 42 last hits in a 19-minute game is not very good. As an AP carry like Annie, you should probably be around 140 right now. That would be a good number. If you're at 140 last hits, that would be pretty good for an AP carry. Like, and if you're at 140, you might even have a death cap already. Like, you're pretty close to one. You would definitely have a death cap already if you were last hitting better. Like, if you just did exactly what you've done all game. Excuse me. If you had just been doing exactly what you've done all game, but you had made sure to get the last hit on all the minions you've been around that have died, you could easily have a death cap and maybe like the first item for whatever else you want to build already. Oh, use summoner heal. Use summoner heal. It's up. Nice. Good bait. Good bait. Oh, that was so close. Okay, so one thing I do want to say about that fight is you didn't use your E. Your Molten Shield was up that whole time. That would have done a lot of damage to Caitlyn. Okay, so that was a mistake. Whenever you're that low health, don't stick around and recall in the middle of the lane. Run like hell, especially if the enemy are missing. But in that fight, you never used your E, which every time Caitlyn attacked you, she would have taken like almost 50 damage. So she would have dropped really fast if you had that E on you. The other thing is you healed a little late, which didn't really matter. I don't think it mattered at all, so that's not a problem. You also could have blown up Caitlyn instead of Brand. Like, you were closer to the Caitlyn. It was a good job focusing who Nasus was focusing. But you had to walk past the Caitlyn to get to the Brand, so you took a lot of damage from the Caitlyn before you got to the Brand, when you could have just probably insta-killed the Caitlyn. And that's a situation where Ignite is really nice to have, because you could have dropped that Caitlyn from 100% to dead if you had Ignite. Like this LeBlanc just did without Ignite. But that's what LeBlanc does, so.
Your team has destroyed.
So good map awareness, getting to where LeBlanc is and helping her out. That flash wasn't needed. It's always good to keep in mind like what's affecting certain champions. So LeBlanc had her chains on that brand already. So he was slowed and was about to get snared by LeBlanc. So that flash was fine, or was unnecessary. He was gonna die anyway. So it's again, you don't want to be letting Tryndamere just free farm. If we look, he's at like 99 creep score. That's a lot. 100 CS is going to be about 2k gold for him. So that's like 6 kills worth of gold. So that's a lot of money. So get a good heads up play going to help that Fizz. And so just a little thing with Annie, like you could have been microing your bear better. Don't forget that Tibbers, he does a lot of damage just by standing next to someone and also auto attacking. Like Tibbers does a lot of damage. So you could have had Tibbers attacking that Tryndamere that whole time if you were alt clicking to manually control him and sending him to attack that Tryndamere and stay in front of him. It requires a little more actions per minute and it's a little harder to do, but you probably would have killed that Tryndamere if you did a better job sticking to him with Annie or with Tibbers. Sorry, so I'm reading our IRC chat right now.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Dota greater than LOL. What? I don't know. I played a lot of Dota back in the day. I never played it very seriously, but I played in like high school and stuff. I'm in the Dota 2 beta, and it's pretty fun, but
Rampage.
it just feels old after playing LoL for so long. Like it's a little slow. The weirdest thing for Dota for me is like having a turning animation on characters feels so weird. It makes them feel like just feel not responsive with Dota. But anyway, I'm distracted with Dota. Not commentating anymore. So that probably wasn't a good use of your ult. Tryndamere probably has ult up, and he's very hard to catch. So, but just another thing, like you should always have Tibbers. There you go. Tibbers should be like in front of you, chasing down people. Yeah, you can control him. Be like, go hit this Ari right now. So the biggest thing I'm seeing with your Annie play is the first thing, which is important on any champion, and it's something you'll learn as you play the game more, is last hit. You gotta last hit everything. And then the second thing is work on controlling Tibbers manually. You get a lot of utility and damage from using Tibbers. You can use him to check bushes. He does a lot of damage by being in the right spot, so work on controlling him manually by holding alt and right clicking. Yep, you gotta last hit champions too. Number 1 rule of solo queue, kill steal everything. Unless you're on support, don't kill steal on support. It's not even worth it. You can't carry on support, so just don't even... Yeah, kill secure. Yeah, I think it's really stupid when people get upset about kill stealing in general. There's so many like things that can happen in the game. You might as well just try to kill everything. So I definitely agree. KS equals kill secure, and always say that anytime someone gives you crap about KSing anything. So as far as me not having many viewers, I mean, I don't stream very often. I've been streaming like I streamed a lot yesterday and today, and like 30 viewers is the most I've ever had, and so I'm pretty happy to be getting that many. To be honest, like I'm cool with that. I'm in grad school, so like I'm very busy during the school year, and I don't get a lot of time to play, and even less time to stream. I'd really like to like keep up doing this like once a day, but it's probably not going to be feasible. But But that's okay. I'm gonna do my best and see if I can. But yeah, 30 viewers for 2 days. I'm pretty happy about that. And I don't really care about live viewers very much. I just hope people watch the VODs, and as long as like people find what I'm doing helpful, I'm just gonna keep doing it, even if it's like 5 people. So I'm kind of just rambling and talking in general here, but Jurily, I think for a level 18 player, you're playing pretty well. You just need to get some more experience under your belt, work on last hitting, work on controlling Tibbers if you play Annie again. With your alt-right click to really control him manually. Like, this Tibbers should be beating the crap out of Trinamir right here. Just work on that. And as far as item build goes, maybe start boots, get 2 Dorans, go death cap. Looks like you're going Rylai's. I'm not a big fan of Rylai's on Annie, but you can, at level 18, just build what you think looks cool and experiment with different builds and different champions. And the biggest thing is just remember to have fun with the game as you're leveling up. Experiment with different things, find out what you like to play, and have fun. So looks like this game's almost over. I'm kind of out of stuff to say about this game. It's kind of a big stomp. Like, it's really hard to commentate on games that are going really well, because your mistakes are really masked in games that go well. Like, you can make a small mistake, but it doesn't matter because you're so far ahead, and it's hard to see those mistakes, and it's even harder to point them out. So in a game like this that's going really well, I don't have that much to say. It's just like, it's obvious that you're a newer player from your play, especially the last hitting. Like, you got a last hit. Yeah, yeah, so I'd agree. In my RC, my mouse is saying on Annie, Rod of Ages is probably a better option than Rylai's. But I don't even think like Rod of Ages is really needed on Annie anymore. I think going 2 Dorans is all the health you need, and then go Death Cap and maybe a Void Staff if they have magic resist. If you need some armor, get a Zonia's Hourglass. Yeah, that's what I would probably look at getting. If you're really, like, I don't know, if you're bored, you want something new, you could always get a Lich Bane. Yeah, double Dorans is a really good opener right now, so why waste time chatting here? Go play. Or are you talking to the other people? Okay, so this game's almost over. So yeah, Jurily, just work on your last hitting. Work on controlling Tibbers manually if you play Annie again. Remember to use Summoner Heal to try to bait. Don't really use it to just heal up randomly. And just keep playing and keep practicing. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording here for this one. Thanks for watching. And I will be doing more lessons shortly.